Stop right there. Yeah, you. If you like all things entertainment, current events, or Hollywood, then look no further. Creator to Creators, hosted by director Meosha Bean of Horror Noir, interviews filmmakers and creatives from around the world. Join in on the fun, guest celebrities, and informative information to have as a creator. Hit subscribe and stay connected to Creator to Creators.
Hi, guys. Welcome to another episode of Creators to Creators today. Today, we have a special guest,
Jay Anthony.
Jay Anthony. Welcome to the show, my friend.
Thank you, Queen. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for having me on your platform. It's an honor. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
thank you. So I love opening the show. I love going to the beginning. Like I always say, our beginning kind of charts like our direction and where we're going to be going in life, like our little habits, the things that we pick up kind of follow us somehow as we're adults. So tell me a little bit about your childhood, um, and like how did you kind of find your way into music?
Well, music always been a part of my family. My grandmother sang, my grandfather, he played the guitar. So it was always a part of my family. My dad introduced me to Michael Jackson at a very young age. So hearing Michael was like, oh, and seeing him on TV, I'm like, yo, that's what I want to do. I think I found what I want to do. Not knowing that my voice would, later develop as strong as it did. So I always sang in a choir, school choir, church choir. Really small town, about 300 or 400 people. Some may say Houston, but it's Houston, Delaware. Little small town, really country, sticks and rocks. But it allowed me to be a kid and imagine. So I always dreamt of singing like in the stadiums.
Nice.
That's always been a dream, even as a kid. So I was that kid that was a dreamer.
I love
Always
that.
dreamt of becoming a singer.
That's so cool. So were your parents very supportive? Like obviously, I mean, your parents are supportive of you getting going to that in that direction of music, because I think for me, my parents are pretty supportive. I'm the baby of the family, and I was the one that was like, all right, guys, I'm gonna go to LA and, you know, pursue my dreams. Bye. They're like, okay, sure. But
Right.
so it's like not the traditional way, like college and all that stuff. But like, did you like that was never something like so music has always been it for you?
Music always been it for me. My dad, yeah, he bought me the karaoke machine, but he didn't know really like how serious and how strong my voice developed over the years. So when it started to develop, I started to, work on my voice, going to voice lessons, getting a vocal coach later on as my voice matured. But yeah, music always been it for me. College was never it was never. But my father, that was his path. Like, you need to go to college, but it was never from like, it's not for me. Music
Yeah.
is for me. It's that passion. It just gets me excited. And then seeing people responses to my voice is like, that's confirmation.
Yeah, that is confirmation. I read in your bio like from modeling and acting to pursuing a career in music. So you did dabble into the modeling and acting world. That's
I
really
did.
fun.
I did start out the Barbizon Chic in
Oh
Pennsylvania. Yes, I
wow.
did. Yeah, absolutely. Wilhelmina, a PA. So I did. I did a modeling thing because my mom was like, it's all part of it. When you're doing videos, it's all part of it. So I looked at it as like, practice, how to take pictures and how to walk. So yeah, and it built on and helped me get out of my shell. I was
Really?
really shy. I was really shy.
Wow.
So bad I didn't. You say hi, I would just freeze up. I had that fear so bad. It really was. It was fear. But how I overcome that fear, and by going through modeling and different, life experiences taught me and gave me that confidence. So modeling really gave me that confidence in myself.
That's so cool. Yeah, I feel like it does help the modeling and being in front of people and just being like where
Hmm.
all the eyes are on you. It does kind of make you feel a little bit more comfortable with, in that world. So yeah, I agree. I did a little bit of modeling, but I'm really short, so it was
No,
short-lived.
you got different modeling. You do magazines. You got the face to
Thank
it.
you. Thank you.
Mhm.
So
You got the
let's
face
talk
to
about
it.
thank you. Like your debut song. So It's You for me. I really like I love this the sound, it's R&B, it's like sexy, it's like there's all these feelings. Like I blasted in the house and I was just like just close my
Oh,
eyes and like just wanted to
oh,
really
thank you.
feel. And it's really good. You have a beautiful voice.
Oh, thank you.
Describe like I don't know the old school R&B love song. Like what inspired you with that for that theme and that kind of style for this song?
Well, the beat. When I heard the beat, it was amazing. I have a beautiful friend, singer songwriter Jada. She wrote the song. So shout out to Jada from Baltimore, Maryland. She wrote the song, and we worked together years ago in the studio. We did a duet as kids, and she's an amazing writer. Amazing writer. I said, "You got to write a song." She was the only writer I was gonna let write one. I said, "You got to write a song for me," and she did it. She write from her heart everything that I said, and we need wholesome music.
Yeah.
And I'm old school. I'm young. I'm 34, but I have I'm old soul. I
Yeah.
listen to a lot of 70s music, 80s music. So that inspired me even with my writing. You're going to hear a lot of more of the a little bit of the 90s, early 2000s
Oh yeah.
sound. Yeah. Even some 80s. I saw one track there's like a little 80s track, but yeah, I'm really you don't really hear music like that, where the men talk about how they appreciate their woman. You
No.
don't hear that on. You know
You
what I'm
don't.
saying? And you queens deserve that. You do a lot. You cook, you clean, you support us, you hold us down. So this was that song, that feel good song. The characteristics that you love in your woman. And hopefully this will inspire those fellas to go buy your boo some roses and put the song on. Let the song talk for you. Appreciate your woman. You got a good boo. Appreciate them. And that's what I
Absolutely.
want to bring. The goal is to inspire love and to touch the human soul, because we need uplifting music, we really do.
We really
And I
do.
want to bring stories back into R&B music. That's the goal.
I love that. That's a beautiful thing because I think, music now, like I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. The music now you hear nowadays is like it's very degrading. It's very like get your pop that
Mhm.
dance. Which is nothing wrong with it. I think there's a time
Yeah.
and a place. But like Jesus. So it's like
Right, right. That's
I
not and
appreciate
my
it.
thing. Right, and that's not my style. They have things like that. My value system is of class. I sing about metaphors. About falling in love.
I love that.
Never about dropping like it's hot. You know.
Right.
That's my, you know.
I love that because I feel like now the mainstream. Do you feel like it is changing as far as like the music world is changing? Um, More in favor of the artist, more being able to, like because I can't imagine the independent world versus the main like the huge artists because I think you guys are still in the same kind of charts on the billboard, so you're kind of fighting for that spot. So I feel like that's why the music is I don't know like explicit now because I think that's how you get attention. But I
Mhm.
admire people that stick to classy more like music, but making it a thing where it is okay to listen to that now and you can get to the top of the charts with a great song, about love and appreciating women. Do you feel like it's changing for the better?
Oof. I would say R&B is the whole saying R&B dead. It's not dead. It's just evolving.
Yeah.
And to hear what you're saying, and also my song is number 8 right now.
All
If you
right.
yeah, absolutely. So it's
Congratulations.
just confirmation. Yeah, thank you so much. Just confirmation that there is space for my voice. There is space for love music.
Yeah.
It's out there. So it just, and look at Money Long. Money Long is doing her thing. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So the women of R&B are doing their thing. It's just us men. We just, and Jay Anthony is going to bring that later on my EP. I'm going to bring that back to the industry, and I'm glad that it's making noise.
Yeah.
It's making noise. Love it never runs out of style.
It never does. We
It
need
never
more of
runs out
that.
of style. You know what I'm saying? Never runs out of style. So I'm just excited that you all are loving it, the responses that I'm getting. I'm just so excited for what's to come
Yeah.
with the.
Tell me about your writing process. Like, I'm very when it comes to film, I'm very much like super um Like I'm very critical, and so I'm always like, I gotta go back. And like, how do you know when something's done? Like, you just like, okay, well, I could change this, or I could tweak this. Like, when do you know? As far as like your writing process and of coming up with music, like what inspires you to certain songs to like to get to that place where you're like, okay, this is good. I'm done
Mhm.
editing. I'm done writing it. It's gonna put it out.
It's funny that you said that. I just wrote a song. I'm like, I kept tweaking it too. I'm like, no, I'm done. I'm going to record it. But I listen for melody. I listen for melody and
Mm,
content. Whether I'm writing a song or somebody else writing for me, or we're co-writing. Whoever who I decide to work with, if they send me a melody, or I might send them a melody, send me a verse, I'm like, okay, and I write to it. But yeah, you just get this feeling of completeness. It's just a feeling that I get, like it's done. The song is done. Just go
mm,
and record it. Even when I record, I sing the song from the beginning to the end.
yeah.
That's how I was, I did artist development. That's how I was trained. We sing the song for the beginning. What no chopping line. No, what you hear is start from the end. That's how we're
Wow.
trained. Um, then go back, do a little tweaking, but yeah, and then a response. Look at the response that I'm getting. So
Oh man.
it's a
Yeah.
feeling that you get, like, this is it. Put it out there, because if
I
not, it
love
will
that.
never go out. You know how we
Yeah.
are as writers. Like, we'll never put it out there, but put it out there and let the people decide.
Yeah, that's right. Let the people decide. I've loved that. That's a wonderful thing. It's like you just never know what song or what, there's a film that honestly I did a couple years ago and I really didn't care for it, but I
Hmm.
still put it out because, there are people that gave, money to make it happen. And there were some things that happened along the way, like we lost some footage. We got somebody, kind of robbed us, and it was like a whole nother thing.
Oh,
But we still put it out, and
mhm,
to what we salvaged. And it
mhm.
absolutely, I honestly was not expecting anything, but it was my one of my most awarded films, and I was just thinking like you just never know like what people are
You
gonna
never
like.
know.
Yeah.
You never know. And that's why I've decided to not really, and that's the thing about the industry too. I'm not knocking being, signing with a record label. I'm not
Mm,
knocking that. But a
hmm.
lot of times that blocks the creativity. We've got so many hands and so many, it blocks the creativity. So at the end of the day, it's about the people.
Yeah,
People decide, you know.
absolutely. I think that's what Michael Jackson had, he
Mm,
had a lot of people. Yeah, he had the studio, but I think even if he stayed independent, or if he stayed like by like independent route, he would have
mhm,
still, I think, went, you know,
mhm.
very like because I think it was the music that resonated with I think people around the world. And um yeah, I do think you're right about the independent. You have more freedom versus people in the hands of like, oh, you should not, you take this out,
Mhm.
or so I commend you for being independent. I think there's something that is really cool about being independent. Like it's more like you feel like more I don't know, proud of yourself, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I never saw myself. My goal was, to get a record deal. I'm from
Yeah.
a little small town. Never thought. Well, I always dreamt I was going to sing. Didn't know how I was going to go about doing it. So losing my grandmother really
Mm,
encouraged me. That was a fear that after she passed, was like, I'm fearless.
wow.
Do it. And she said, you got a gift. And she told me, she said, you're going to go before great men,
Mm,
but keep God first and stay true to who you are. And she absolutely was right. When I met Will Smith, that was like a sign for me.
yeah,
Will Smith was a sign for me. So she was absolutely right. So that's what I'm doing now, Miosha, just following my heart, my dream, and just, for the next little boy, little girl that have the same dream that I have here in Delaware, that it can come true if you stay true to yourself and stay true to your craft. It can
absolutely.
happen.
Absolutely. I have a fun question. I love asking this question, and there's no wrong answer. But the three levels of influence: money, power, and respect. And if you could choose one of those things, which one would you choose and why?
I would say respect, because respect can take you a long way. I believe money will follow with respect. because I can respect your time. You're going to be on the ship, like Romano, for instance, being on time was late. Sean, being early, and that can make or break a model. I learned that early on. And it's such a small industry. So respect.
I like
I'm big
that.
on respect.
It's a great answer. Great answer. I really, and again, this is a fun, this is one of my favorite questions to ask.
Mhm.
If you could be managed by any artist, living or dead, who would it be and why?
Great question, Miosha. Luther Vandross. I would love to do.
Oh, I like that.
He's my favorite. Yeah, he's my favorite singer. Um, and the song kind of inspired the beginning, kind of inspired by Luther Vandross. My beginning of the song, but I love Luther. Like the way he sang. He make you laugh. He make you cry. He's the premier vocalist, male vocalist in the industry. So I would love to be managed by him and
That
get
is
his thoughts.
awesome. I haven't heard that one yet. That's a first for the show, and I've done many episodes, and no one's ever said Luther Vandross, and like I love him, and that makes me think that you have really good catalog of music, like
Mhm.
your music history and how I love that because you don't really hear those kind of songs. He was one of the greatest to ever do it. I don't think there's no biopic on him actually. Oh.
It's in talks. They are working on it.
Ooh, all
It's
right.
in talks. But yeah, he's one of my favorites. Like even when I was going through puberty, like he's a baritone like I am. So to hear him go from head voice to chest, I'm like, yo, he's
Yeah.
amazing. Who is this guy? I want to do that. I want to experience that, and I get to do that. I get to experience singing in the studio,
I love
sing live. So he is a standard for me.
Yeah, he's definitely up there. I want to ask a question. Hopefully it's not too personal, but I'm curious because
Mhm.
it's the song is, about, relationships and all that. Can you share some of your personal experience or um emotions that inspired this song? Like maybe relationship wise, did I mean, I've had my share of really unfortunate situations in my life and
Yeah.
kind of made me bitter. But the fact that you can draw
Oh,
from those personal experiences and make something like this is pretty awesome.
yeah, absolutely. When you got somebody good, and being in a relationship where you have somebody good, you can appreciate, your spouse, your wife, your husband. You can appreciate them. So and living this life and experiencing things, you had something good. Um, Once you mature up, you realize like, man, I done messed up. She was good, but she was wifey material. I let that go. But yeah, I draw from that past experiences, and
Yeah,
to now I know what to look for. I learned
right.
character, and that's what I hope to tell other men, like, look for character. Yeah, she's beautiful on the outside, but how she is on the inside. How can she treat the waitress that can't do nothing for her at the restaurant? Look for character,
Yeah,
because that's
I
what
love
speaks.
that. That's
So
a
yeah, that's what I hope to put in my music.
that's
Teach the young men.
right, right. You have to these days because Lord.
I'm an
Like,
uncle. My oldest is like 20 something. He's in his 20s. So I'm an uncle
nice.
now. So they call me uncle. So I'm always dropping, always dropping gems.
I
Be a
love
gentleman,
I
you
love
know.
that. Yeah. As there's a lot of people listen to the show, and I think one of the questions I usually get often is they love to hear from the artist, from the guest, like, advice. How can they get into this industry? Um, what advice would you give to someone that, is just starting out or trying to do it, but they don't know what to do?
Yeah. Just I would say wherever you at, look for a local studio. But I would first say, practice. Practice. Go get voice lessons. You want to be a singer, be respected for a singer, go get voice lessons. Hone your craft, join the church choir, join the school choir, join the state choir. But work on your gift, because it's going to come across when you release music, when you sing live. It's going to come across. But if you want to be respected for, a singer, work on that. Work on your voice. Go get voice lessons. Start recording. Write your own music. And if you can't write, find a local writer. But try to find a local studio to work around.
Yeah,
Build connections and build that. That's what's going to get your name out there. You got to start somewhere. Start, talent shows. You have to start somewhere.
absolutely. That's great advice. Do you feel like that, now that we have, the AI world is here and everyone's a little worried about, oh, AI is going to take over. But I personally think we should embrace it because we can use AI to our advantage when it comes to independent things like putting things out there or getting the word out. Like, how do you feel about the time that we're living in now that we're like AI driven?
It's about evolving. It's all about how you use it.
Yeah.
Or like using it to use my voice to create a song. It's not going to be the same feeling because it's a difference between AI and a human being. You feel the soul when I sing versus an AI voice. But
Yeah.
like you said, it's how you use it. I can put out music and it go around the world. So it's all how you use it. I'm embracing it. As
Me
long as
too.
it's as long as it's done, appropriately. You
Yeah,
know. Yeah.
definitely. I love that. What do you want people to walk away once they listen to this? What is the message that you want people to walk away from listening to this song?
If you got a good mate, honor and love on them. Honor and love on them. Fellas, go buy your boo some roses, some chocolate, you know. And just let her know I love you, boo. It really because life is short. Life is really short. So we have to learn how to love and honor each other because it can be
That's
short. There's no guarantee we're gonna make it home. We leave 7 o'clock in the morning for work. So if your boo come back home, that's a blessing. So I hope people walk away inspired to love each other. Got a
yeah,
good mate, love each
I love that. Where can people find you on social media so they can follow everything you have going on?
other. Yeah, I'm on IG, I'm on Twitter, I'm on TikTok at J Anthony, the number two, the letter U. So just look me up and say hi. I speak back.
Nice. You're TikToking, doing the dances and stuff. You're like,
I'm not doing the dances yet, but I'm gonna do more. I'm gonna do some more videos with me in the studio, behind the scenes things.
yeah.
When I'm on food. Yeah, so I'm gonna do some. I've been, I'm just getting on TikTok. So uh, yeah, so I'm gonna be doing some behind the scenes video.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Very cool. I love that. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I can't believe like time is already up. I see the timer. I'm like, get out of here. That's crazy. Um, one last thing, and before we go, is there like a saying or quote that stays with you, or something that keeps you going when the going gets tough?
good question. Um, Keep on keeping on. That's what I always say. Keep on keeping on.
Yeah, I love
Keep
that.
on keep. Yeah,
Definitely.
keep on
Keep on.
keeping on.
That's all we can do. That's all we can do.
That's
One
all
thing
we can
or the
do.
other, right?
That whole part. I just wrote a song basically about not giving up on life, and I can't wait for you all to hear it on the EP. But yeah, keep on keeping on.
Yeah.
Life is going. Life be lifing.
Yeah.
It's going to. You know what I'm saying? But keep on keeping on. You are worth it. You are worth living. So keep on keeping on, and love those that love you. Love them back.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for coming on. It was a pleasure talking to you. And you have to come back again when you have some more songs and new things coming out. Definitely
I
come back
will.
anytime.
I will. Thank you so much for having me, and I look forward to coming back when the EP drops.
All right. Thank you all for listening. And always remember to live, love, laugh. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.